right. Now time for us to meet a very, very interesting and inspiring woman. Her name is Elizabeth Amoah. She's the founder of Special Lady Awareness, and she's the author of the Unspoken Identity book. And she's the current president of Rotary Global Hub. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well. And
Fantastic. Very well. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Breakfast Daily.
Thank you.
Now let's get into this conversation about what it is that you do. Reading about you, I honestly had never heard of the condition, uterus didelphys. This is very interesting. Talk to us about it. At what point did you become aware that this is what your life was, and then talk to us about what happened after that.
Oh, okay. So, obviously, as you said, it's very unusual, meaning a lot of people don't want to share the story or they're not aware of it. I had a late diagnosis, that was many years of, countless hospital appointments, symptoms, signs that were showing that there was something different about me. It took the doctors up to 2015. That was when I first had diagnosed of the 2 wombs. And obviously the classification of it, uterus didelphys can be just 2 wombs or 2 wombs, 2 cervixes, and 2 vaginal canals. And it was in 2016 that I found out I had not only 2 wombs, but 2 cervixes and 2 vaginal canals as well.
Wait, hold on. So this is all very complicated. Okay, so there are different types of uterine or uterus didelphys, right? You said that there's the one is that you have 2 wombs, 2 cervixes, and a single canal. But then you can also have 2 wombs, 2 cervixes, and 2 different canals.
And there can also be 2 wombs, 1 cervixes, and 1 canal.
Oh, wow.
So I have the complete malformation.
Wow.
So which is the 2 of each.
And obviously it's congenital.
It is congenital,
would be.
You are born with it.
What kind of symptoms were you experiencing that made you realize, no, something is wrong, something just isn't right?
Well, the symptoms are many. One of them can be late menstrual periods. So most young girls get their periods from the age of 12, 13 years old, or probably 11.
Yes.
Mine didn't come till I was about 15 years old. And the period was quite heavy, irregular. When I say irregular, it could come a week or 2, or maybe sometimes every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks, or you can even bleed for a month. And also preterm childbirth, so a child or baby usually, or recurrent miscarriages or stillbirth, and also being prone to kidney diseases. So the symptoms are many, and it differs on every woman. And as I said, because of the different types of the condition, it depends on which category you fall. But it is very common for doctors to miss it anyway.
So as you said, you have the full malformation.
I do have,
which means you have 2 canals.
You
didn't notice anything different about your genitalia or anything like that as you were growing?
No, obviously. When we say canal, we all know it's not the outer layer of the vagina, isn't it? It's always the inside. And I didn't have the opportunity to have any scans. However, I had scan in 2008. I had many of them.
And they still didn't pick up on it?
And I got pregnant in 2010. They still
didn't pick up on that?
Although I had a vaginal scan, transvaginal, and also a stereo scan. And this is what makes the story, or I would say my case, quite unique. Because, over 15 medical professionals at that time saw me, and they missed it. But then it's not surprising, because it's very common for them to miss it, especially someone that has never come across such condition.
Understandable.
Now, how have you set yourself up to be able to maybe help others, encourage others, support others who may also get the shock of, I'm not like everybody else?
So when I find out that I had obviously the condition, I didn't straight away come up. It was more like, okay, this is an elephant in the room, keep it within the family. But in 2017, when I experienced a silent miscarriage, which is I carried a dead fetus for 2 months. So during that process, the process of getting rid of the dead fetus, that's when I thought, no, this is about time, I make a pact with God and come out and share my story. So, although we knew it was going to be a very challenging journey, especially being an African, precisely Ghanaian. And I happened to be the first black woman ever in the world to come out. So that is when I decided. And it all started with an Instagram post. So I started creating, I did a blog on Instagram, started talking about infertility, about reproductive health issues, went ahead, created my charity called the Special Lady Awareness, and the journey started.
Did you find that other people approached you and said, look, I have something similar, I've been through something similar, I wasn't able to talk about it, but because of you, I've been
Of
able to.
course, I've had
Yeah.
millions of women, not only Ghanaians. I mean, I know at least 6 Ghanaian women that have my condition.
Really?
They all approach, and some to were obviously, introduced abroad-wise. I would say from Kenya, Canada, Australia. Many people then realized that. I would say they were not sure they have it. When I say they approach, not with a kind of condition, but other reproductive health conditions. But the people that I know that have similar, condition as me, at least 20,000, because we do have a Facebook group.
Wow.
That 20,000 women. Some are black, some are white, some are Asians. But so far, I think it's only about 10 of us that are out there. But I happen to be the first black woman, and also the second woman in the world. Because the first one was an American young lady who just did a 1-year appearance.
So you wrote a book called The Unspoken Identity.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So the Unspoken Identity book, to me, it serves as a motivational tool to let these women that have my kind of condition or have any reproductive health issues to realize that they are special. They're born to make an impact. The condition shouldn't let them suffer in silence, but rather, persist and get the right medical care and attention they need. And it also helped the medical professionals. Obviously, they were the main reason why I wrote the book. The fact that mine was very neglected. I've had 6 surgeries, and none of the surgeries cured me. And countless of hospital admissions, appointments, scans, tests, consultations, and only 2 are experiencing my condition. So the book is like, okay, look at this woman's story. Maybe if you read, there is a patient that is exhibiting this kind of symptoms. Therefore, why don't you have a keyhole surgery? Don't just focus on an ultrasound scan, because it's not enough. I've had countless of ultrasound scans, transvaginal scans, and none of them really diagnosed. Even the MRI scan, it only showed I had 2 wombs. It didn't show that I had 2 canals. I have even endometriosis. I do have endometriosis stage 4. That was only diagnosed during a surgery, and that was my second successful surgery. So you can imagine the amount of women that are suffering, going through all these complications, not having a different anatomy, but endometriosis and PCOS and so on and so forth.
So people are watching now. They want to reach out to you because they're saying that this lady is talking about something that I think is probably what I'm going through, and I've hidden it all these years. How do they get in touch with you?
So we do have an Instagram page, which is at Special Lady Awareness. Also Facebook,
Special Lady
Awareness, all one word. And also on Facebook, Special Lady Awareness. Special Lady is actually one word, anyway, awareness. And our website, which is www.speciallladyawareness.com. That's where you can find all the works that we've done since 2017 up to date, and the recent donation and outreach project we did in Dome Abra, the Central Region. Got the name right, finally. And then also in Kaneshie Clinic Hospital. So yes, the work is still ongoing. So yes.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, because I think you're bold, I think you're daring, I think you're amazing, and kudos to you, and all the work that you're doing to impact the other women who are hiding because of the way the culture is, with the stigma and everything else.
Of course,
May you reach all of them. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you too for watching Breakfast Daily this morning. It's been exciting. It's been fun. We've had a blast on the show. Keep watching Citi TV.
Yes,
See you
indeed.
tomorrow.